Hello, welcome to my next Let's Play. If you watched the previous game, knew this was coming. This is Super Kiwi 64. Previous game was MacBat 64. You might be seeing a trend here. Uh, Made by the same person, same people. I don't know. Um, anyways, during MacBat, I said I was confused about the time frame here with Super Kiwi 64 and MacBat 64. Because it feels like the events of Super Kiwi 64 takes place before MacBat 64. Not that I think that necessarily matters, but just to put a time frame here, I guess. Um, Interesting. Just kind of loops the logo. Anyways, uh, so there was I guess like a free expansion or whatever to Super Kiwi 64 that includes MacBat in it. So I think the events of the base game takes place before, and then that takes place after, obviously. I suppose that's not necessarily obvious. But anyways, that definitely takes place after. But anyways, we're going to jump in here. Not an overly long game. You can see I had a previous save. I forget what all these things are to collect. But I only did one of the time things, and I'm not going to bother trying to do that in this. I don't feel like that's necessary. Um, Turns into an enemy. Bye, save. Okay. Um, this does have enemies. This does have health, but I don't think death really means too much in this game. Like there was like no conflict in MacBat 64 other than the final boss. But anyways, we're gonna jump in here. This has plot. I don't remember if this is voiced, so we'll find out pretty quick. Probably should have checked that before I started recording. But anyways, let's jump in. Oh right, yeah, we could basically just pick the game. I don't think there's really much to Doomsday in terms of collectibles. It's just like an epilogue, basically. Anyways, I'm going to start the base game.
This is a story about a bird, another grumpier bird, and a dog stuck on a flying island. It all started not too long ago, a couple of months actually, deep within the Kiwi.
Laddie, that'll be the flying island, held aloft by blasting winds. Strongest in the entire Kiwi being, I tells you. It was home to an ancient civilization or two. Your old captain used to travel up there with a mate quite a lot in my younger days, you know. To find all kinds of hidden little treasures. Until he one day went alone and disappeared. Probably visited Davy Jones's locker. So you're still sure? You still want to ship out there on your own and see it with your own eyes, lad? Aye, the adventurous spirit of a hatchling. Right. Best not to wait too long then, lad. Let's get you on the water and paddling. But remember, don't get too close to the island's winds. They're stronger than Aunt Manger's chili. You might end up lost as well.
But of course, you didn't listen to the old geezer now, did you? You shipped out there on your little raft. You didn't pay attention, and you ended up on this dusty old island in the middle of the sky. And now, we are both stuck up here. You know, it's funny. I really wouldn't mind seeing that wrinkly old bird again, you know. We were even wanted in some parts of this world. Some people just don't have patience for that mischievous young spirit. Anyway, first, we need to finish this plane so we can get off this grubby island to begin with. Right. I keep working on the engine. You get out there and find us those ancient energy cells so we got something to power the plane with. Chop chop!
Alright. Now we have control of Kiwi. That's a glider. And an attack.
Say, son, was there anything wrong with the water down there in Kiwi Land around 3 years ago? It looked unfiltered.
Huh. Okay, so no, this entirely takes place after MacBat 64 then. I think. Yeah, because that's the events of MacBat 64. So yeah, I really don't know the timeline. The final boss of that seemed like a... Oh, right, we can also stick to stuff. Apparently I cannot interact with that. Yeah, so the final boss of MacBat 64 had, like, a grudge or something. But, anyways, okay. So we have stages 1 and 2, and it says how much we've collected in all of them. And we need 40. So we literally have to, like, 100% the game, except for the time stuff.
That old parrot and I, we really used to hit up the scene, you know. Everyone knew us. Mostly by wanted letters, though.
Right then. I did not expect that to rise so quickly. So there's 4 stages so far. Well, that takes 48. There's 5 and 6. Seven and 8. So there's 8 worlds? Oh, okay. This one you get some extra boost from me. Okay. See, I think this takes place entirely after MacBat then. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I have no idea. That sounds like it's a reference to it, but unsure. Anyways, I'm going to start with level 1. As you should. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you get one of the gems for collecting the gears. Oh, and her health is little pieces of Kiwi. Huh. That looks important. Okay, so we gotta go through the rings as well. Oh, we can kill those things, alright. Yeah, this is the only stage I've attempted to do the time trial on. I guess we gotta also break the targets. And then there's just one in the water. Yeah. I expected a little tune there, but no, just as a pose. I see 2 more. I also see the last 3 gears. Right, we can also... Oh, apparently I can only do that once. I can only do the dash once in the air. Per flight, I guess. Okay, yeah, so that did make one appear. Pretty sure... Yeah, we can climb like this. So theoretically, nothing is out of reach, but that depends on the stage. I don't remember what this is for. Something for later. But that's this stage complete. Okay, I guess I'll show how the time works. Yeah, just coming into this starts it. I don't think it's overly tight. But yeah, it's just how long it takes you to, as I missed the target twice, just how long it takes you to get all the gems. But yeah, I'm not going to try for this any other stage. I'm just going to show it this once. And I'm probably going to fail. Although I think I got it in like my second try. Like I said, I don't think this is overly tight. Oh, there's the last ring. Yeah, I'm not going to make this one. But, yeah, if you play a little bit more optimally than I am, you can get this probably pretty easy. I don't where I left the last one. Was it breaking the enemy? No. Huh. Oh well. Anyways, let's just move on to the next stage. Oh. That's what I missed. Okay. Yeah. Just play a little more optimally and you can get them pretty easy. Or just a little bit of trying. Okay. And if anyone watched my Volky 64 Let's Play, this stage might look familiar. Not exactly, but this, the mushrooms, the kind of layout here, actually it's relatively similar, but that's not important. You could also find Kiwi in that stage, which I tried to get, you can get right up to him and talk to him. Her? I actually don't know. But, yeah, I couldn't manage that in that game. Stages will get harder. Maybe harder isn't the right word, more challenging? But I think it's always these same things. Go through the rings, collect the gears. And you can see it's not the same amount of gears every time. We have 50 in this stage. So I'm not seeing any enemies here. I don't think that's actually an enemy. Ah, it's an airship. Interesting. Makes sense. We got a bit of a Laputa situation going on here. Ah, and I can get above the map in this just like in Volky 64. Neat. That definitely came out after this. There might be something hidden up there, but I'm not concerned about that. There might actually be another one of those secret codes up there somewhere. Okay, now which gem am I missing now? Oh, this one. Alright, we're down in this world. Making great progress.
You wonder why I flew on my own back then instead of joining forces with the captain again? Let's just say it was someone's birthday coming up.
What? I feel like there was more secrets in here. So, I don't think you get a gem for the time. So, I really don't know. I guess that's just... So I guess if you don't get all of them, you can complete the game. But if you get all of them, you get a bonus stage. Alright, let's do another. Okay, so we break the nuclear boxes. I also get outside the level here too. See, I think those skeletons like secret codes, but I don't remember anything about them. Oh, one of the boxes are up here by the entrance. I don't expect this game to take too long either, but with the with Doomsday, it should be a little bit longer than MacBat was. I love how entire terrain just disappears when you pan the camera down a little bit. That is very yellow. I thought there was more enemies in this game. Oh, there's another secret code. Huh. Can't do anything with that. Oh, I didn't even realize that was the last gear. Is this the last ring? No. Oh, okay, that's right. We also have I was just pressing buttons. I was trying to find something to snap the camera behind me. We have a speed boost here. That would have helped a lot trying to get the time in the first stage. Oh right, of course that couldn't have been the last ring. There's one up here. Oh, all right then. Well, that is under the lava. Can I lower it again? Wait, what? I should have taken a closer look at that. I don't know what this is referencing. But that has to be a reference to something. Okay, so we have to be able to lower it again. Because, we got the key card. Why don't we lower it up there, then? I cannot nosedive into it again. What? Oh. I have to actually land. Okay, yeah, there's a switch. I can see this one being a fair bit tougher getting the time, depending on how long the time limit is. Nice. Right. That is not the way to the end. Now the question is, do I do another stage or keep this video kind of short so I have a little bit more content? I have a feeling it's going to be fine either way, so let's go ahead and do the next stage. Ah, another desert. Let's take a look on the ground before we go up. Really glad this thing doesn't have like an engine sound. It would get super annoying. Okay. Not really any tight platforming so far. I actually don't think anything is that tight in this. So I guess it's just the face on the full-size statues. Are these gonna fall? No. Okay. Not too bad. Seen any more of those? Hope I didn't miss any. I guess this is slightly tight, but if I had my little jet on, it wouldn't be. I think if I wanted to, I could just glide right to the end, but then I wouldn't be able to collect everything. I suppose depending on where the gear gem appeared, that might be what you want to do for the time. That also depends on where the... Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Just gonna say where the target appeared. But that is... And another secret code. But yeah, the target one is up higher. So that wouldn't save you any time. Um... I think these guys had a bad time. Oh. The ring. I feel like these skeletons should be talking to me for some reason. Right, that's the last one. So... off we go. Is there fall damage? No, there's no fall damage. Why would there be? Alright. So I think with... Can I break this? No, that... For some reason that stood out to me. Anyways, with that...
By the way, what happened to that beardy melon guy? Did he ever become king?
I mean, kinda. And then Emperor, and apparently both times he was beaten up. Okay. So yeah, with that, I think I'm going to call this part. That's like half the game done. Huh. Interesting. Anyways, yeah. We will probably not do the next 4 stages in the next part. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to call this part here. But yeah, that's it for this part. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you stick around for more, and thanks for watching.